and welcome to the commentary box where you join myself, Charlie Hunt, for this very important game in the contest of this tournament, as we're about to see match 11 of the FanCode European Cricket T10 here in Portugal. Starts well and solidly met with the full face of the bat from Kuldeep Gulia, who's in fine touch at the moment. This is Fuller, and this is Flash, and Flash hard. This is going to run away down the hill. It's going to take some stopping, but the man doesn't quite get there. Places into the leg side. There's a man there. Tries to get a hand out, but to no success. And it's a second 4 runs here in the first over, and it's that man again, Kuldeep Gulia. Well, and I tell you, a man who hits it almost as good as Paul Sterling. It's that man, once again, Kuldeep Gulia. All the runs coming off of his bat so far. And this time, it's the first 6 corridas here in Portugal. Well, there's an appeal, and I think he's gone. He's walking. Doesn't wait for the umpire's call. So what a comeback from Manjeet Singh. Pulls his length back, and he manages to get the breakthrough. And Kuldeep Gulia, the in man for the Gamblers SC, has to go. And they are fallen to 15 for 1. This is full. And Tyrone Peters raises the finger. And it's another huge wicket. Another man who they've relied on for their runs in this tournament, Ankush Kumar. I think he knew straight away that this was plump, and he has to go. And the Gamblers there now 16 for 2. And looking to go big straight away. This is going to be an inside edge. It's going to run away. So he starts off with a boundary. And Enrico. And this one is going to slice through. So this time, Rao Imran showing what he's made of here early on. Well, gets this one all wrong. It's a hit me ball. It's a Gundy ball. And it's dispatched into the leg side for another 6 corridas here in Portugal. Well, and again, this time it's 2 full. And it's going to go, and it's going to be... No, it's gone all the way. So it is going to be 6 corridas. 5. Takes a step forward. This has gone high. It'll take some catching. The 2 fields converge. I don't think they're going to get there. And it's going to be another boundary. So a 3rd consecutive boundary in a row. 17 off of the over still. Well, that's not going to help us. This is going to be another 6 runs. So what a 4th over hit for the Gamblers SC. Certainly helps them in this proceedings. 23 coming off it, and at the end of the 4th. Well, once again, this has been hit into the offside. Well, he abused the leg side first up. Now he moves on to the offside, and it's again 6 corridas here for the Gamblers SC. Well, starts with a bit of a hit me ball, and this is going to go into the stand, and it's another 6 corridas, and Rao Imran now moves into the 40s. Well, it's not the comeback that he would have wanted as this sails towards Shubhanan in the stand. Manages to get out of the way of this one, and it's another boom, 6 corridas here in Portugal. Well, he carves this one away, and what a way to bring up your half century. And that's 50 up for Rao Imran on his debut in this tournament, and it comes off of just 14 deliveries. And again, this time into the leg side, and it's going to be yet another 6. So this is outstanding hitting. And again into the leg side. So Chris Redhead trying to change things up. Tries to change his angle, but this time he doesn't quite do the trick. And it's another 6 corridas from Rao Imran. And again, full. This time it's 2 full, and it races away along the floor, and it's another boundary. Well, there's just no stopping this man at the moment. It's stand and deliver stuff, and this is just outrageous. Another 6 runs here. Imran on strike again. Well, this is huge, but he's not got all of it. It's gone up. And it's been put down. Well, you just have to ask how expensive that drop could be. And it's Balwinder Singh in front of me. He's furious with himself. There you go. Well, this has gone high. And there's a man under it again. And this time he takes it. James Smallman comes on. And it doesn't cost Balwinder Singh too much. Not too expensive or costly was that drop. But the damage is already done as Rao Imran has to go. 77 off of 22 deliveries. Coming on and getting the big breakthrough in this over. On the sweep. There's a man out there, but it's going to evade him. So that new batsman, Devan Dermela, gets underway. Again, Fuller outside the off stump. There's a man there, but it's going to sail over. So an interesting over here. Gets the big wicket, but has gone for 10 in 2. And it's 6 corridas for De Van der Melle. This is high in the leg side. There's a man underneath it. And I think has he put it down? Or I think he's taken it cleanly. So Manjeet Singh takes the catch out in the deep on. Again on the second time of asking. And Gurjeet Singh gets his first wicket in the game. Now Scott Card was looking to get on with things, but this one just picks out the man and eventually takes it cleanly. Advances and good work from Girish Singh. Once again proving why he's the man with the gloves at the moment. And James Swarman gets his second in this tournament. Into the leg side. There's a man there, Janai Khan, but he's not going to get round and cut that off. So Ranjit Narayan get things underway. Looks into the leg side and it might run away, and it will do. So a strong finish to what has been a very strong batting performance here from the Gamblers SC, and it's 4 runs to finish, and at the end of their 10 overs they finish on 127 for 5. And they walk off and they can feel happy, but again it's all down to one man really. No one else getting starts. Welcome back to El Estadio Municipal de Miranda do Corvo. You join me, Charlie Hunt, here as we are watching the Gamblers SC making their way to the middle after what can only be described as an excellent display of power hitting, as they ended up on 127 for 5 off of their 10 overs. But there was only really one man who did the damage, and it was Rao Imran, 77 off of 22 deliveries. And there you can see, well, the man on the left, Janai Khan, he's, I believe, in the top 5 run scorers at the moment. Over the wicket to Janai Khan to get the response underway. This starts and they're going to come through, and they come through pretty quickly and safely for the 1 run. So off the mark straight away, and the first run's on the board for the Knights. Wow. There's an appeal, and there was a half an appeal, which ended up being a full appeal. And James Smallman, he has to go early on. He goes for a golden duck. Make that 5, as this is a full toss, and it's unlucky for Vikash Kumar. And this is not the start that the Coimbra Knights would have wanted, as another one falls. And the Coimbra Knights are now 1 for 2 in the first over. Well, this is hit and hit well, and this is going to go all the way. It's going to be the first boundary of the response from the Coimbra Knights, and once again, no surprise, it's off the bat of Janai Khan. And he starts with another wicket, and you just wonder, with that wicket, the signs of hope starting to fade for the Coimbra Knights, as Janai Khan has to go. Slower ball, and picked and dispatched into the leg side. They're going to need a few more of those if they're going to get near this target, but that is certainly going to bring a smile to a few faces, as Manjeet Singh gets in on the action, and it's 6 runs to the total. Well, looks to go into the offside, tries to give himself some room, but Parveen Singh destroys the stumps once again, and this time the batsman has to go. So Gurjeet Singh goes boom, but then gets out next ball. So 6 and out for him, and the Coimbra Knights are now 16 for 4. And he gets it, so he gets the 5 wickets. And it's a golden duck for Girish Singh, and he just turns away and says, well, that's too good for me. And Parveen Singh finishes with outstanding figures of 5 for 9 off of his 2 overs. And at the end of the third, the Coimbra Knights, they've been ripped apart from Parveen Singh. They are now 16 for 5. Well, that's a phenomenal shot to match, as Balvinder Singh. There's an appeal, and the fingers up, and another wicket falls, and things just aren't going the Coimbra Knights' way. And this time, Manjeet Singh has to go. Trapped in front. Coimbra Knights now 23 for 6. Wow, this is hit well and hit into the leg side. It's over the man, and it's going to be 1, 2, 4 runs after 2 bounces, and it's cuatro carreras. And this into the leg side. There's no one there, and it's going to be a couple of bounces. It's going to be another boundary. So 2 boundaries in this over. Well, Lavaisieri, his little cameo comes to an end. He has to go 6 off of 5 for him. And it's the 7th wicket to fall, and the Knights are 34 for 7 at the end of the 5th. Fire in line, and this is up, but there's a man there. And the skipper, Jitesh Kumar Balakrishna, scatters his way backwards and then eventually takes this one cleanly. Pretty simple catch in the end. And this time Balwinder Singh has to go, and the Knights are now 34 for 8. A bit of a one-sided affair here. This is just into the offside. Shy at the stumps, and they're going to come back for the second. Could be close here, but I think they're going to come back pretty safely, and they do. There's half of an appeal, but I think he ended up coming back short into the leg side, and that's going to be a boundary. Not had many of those in this innings, but they're certainly going to welcome that one. Tony Madeira looking comfortable as he moves on to 8. Oh, this misses everything. It might have flicked a little bit of pad on the way through, but it's great work from Nitin Kamboj. We've seen him many times down at short fine leg, and again, great evidence of exemplary fielding down. And it certainly did flick off the pad as it was signalled as a leg bye. And there's a shout, and Tyrone Peters once again raises the finger, and the 9th wicket falls, and it's Amit Kumar has to go, and the Knights now fall to 49 for 9. And well, that's all she wrote. Tony Madeira trying to get a big strike into the leg side, and it brings us to the end of the match, and what was really a bit of a comfortable outing here for the GSC. The Gamblers SC taking victory by a total of 73 runs.